Hello, students. Welcome to the science class. You had seen last 2 days we were discussing the chapter about the cloth, where you had learnt about the different materials of the clothes. I mean, different fibers. Then we had learnt why do we use the cloth. Then we had learnt different types of material that is made up of. Clothes that is, and also we had learned about the plant fibers and the animal fibers. So today is the last day of this chapter where we will learn about how to take care of the clothes. Okay, so care for cloth. So obviously the needless to say you are doing the fifth chapter which deals with the clothes. Now, here comes the question, that is how to take care of the cloth. Okay, so we will learn today the taking care of cloth. So, why do we have to take care of cloth? Because clothes become very dirty because of the dust as well as the sweat of our bodies. Okay, so we cannot wear the same cloth months after months, years after years. So we have to wash them properly. So that is the thing we have to do. So all the clothes are of our basic needs, like we always need the clothes, and also as we need them, so we have to look after the clothes, and so that the clothes are also having long duration, they last for long as well as they look better. So first we have to consider about our detergents or about the procedure how to wash these clothes. There are different types of detergents in the market. We have to use them very wisely, very judiciously, depending upon which cloth use or require which kind of detergent or which kind of washing is required. Say the animal fibers like the wool are and the silk, they are easily attracted by insects because they are made from animals and they are easily attracted by the insects. Okay, so we should have to store them very clear, very uh, consciously, very cautiously. You must have seen at your home, mothers are, while keeping the silk cloths or keeping the woolen cloths, they keep it by giving the neem leaves or naphthalene or say dried chili. These are all kept in such a manner so that they can be protected from the insect attack. Okay, so we should use uh, different types of insect clear or insect repellent to safeguard these cloths, but at the same time we should also keep it in mind that we should not be use such kind of things which are killing the insects as well as they are damaging the cloth. Okay, so in this context, the mothballs and the dried neem leaves also very important in protecting the cloths as well as keeping the cloth insect free. So what are these are the mothballs and these are the dried leaves. These also very important. And also you can see that is after drying, how are they being treated, how the cloths are being treated. We should not store wet cloths or cloths containing the moisture. M- so they must be dried while storing, because after washing you cannot take up the cloths and give it for some time for drying and then you are storing it. No, it will be wasted or it will be rot if you keep like this. So you have to dry it very properly. Okay, so we should also use the dry clean woolen cloths and trousers as they may get spoiled by plain washing. So we should also wash them very carefully. Nowadays there are washing machines, use of washing machines where clothes could be half dried and then we can keep the cloth for rest of the things drying, and then we can keep it properly or store it properly, or you can hang the dress as it is being showing in the picture in this manner, and then you can leave them for some time for their proper drying, and then we can store it. So ultimately, whatever methods you do, either you put them under the fan, or you put them in the washing machine, you make it half dried and then you give it for drying, or you can give it in for sun drying. Whatever may be the procedure you apply, the basic intention is the same, that is, always you have to store the dried clothes. So clothes, the way it is very essential to wash the cloth, at the same time it is very essential to dry the clothes properly. Okay, so here we are finishing with the this chapter. Now we will discuss some important terms which we had learned through this or from the chapter. So first one is the fiver. So what do you mean by fiver? Fiver is a long and thin thread. Okay, here you had got the word fiver various times, many a times. So the fiver is the, this is the fiver. The fiver is the long and thin thread. These are called the fibers. Now, fibers are of two types, as I had told you. Natural fiber, these are obtained from animals and plants. Here you can see the pictures of the natural fiber, in which you can see the cotton, you can see the wool, and you can see the silk. So these are the different types of natural fibers which are obtained from the nature, either from the plants or from the animals. Either from the plants are the cotton, jute; from the animals these are wool and the silk. And the third category is the, here you had learned, that is about the synthetic fiber, that is which are obtained from the or which are being obtained by the manufacturing of the human beings by using the chemicals. Here also you can see the different pictures, different types of synthetic fibers which are made artificially, which are say which are used, or which are used produced in the laboratory or the factory, that is which are not obtained from nature, artificially they are being made. Okay, so we had learned by the important terms which we had learned from this chapter is the fiber, the man-made fiber or the synthetic fiber, and also the natural fiber. The natural fiber is of two types, that is the plant fiber and the animal fiber. Okay, so here we are coming to the end of this chapter. I hope this whole chapter is very much clear to you. Next day we will start with the question answers. Okay, so till then, all of you stay safe, stay well. Thank you.